Hey everybody, welcome to another edition of Mii Weekly, this time for March 26th, 2021. I'm Hero TJ, coming to you from Taipei, Taiwan. There's some fun headlines I want to blast through with you today. A number of them already have related videos on the channel that released earlier in the week, so for an in-depth look on any of the topics covered today, be sure to check the description. I'll be leaving some links down there. Let's jump right in. Happy Amiibo Day! These Amiibo releases are getting fewer and farther between, but today we got a pretty big one. From the Super Smash Bros. Series, we have Banjo and Kazooie, Terry, and Byleth. That rounds out the rest of Fighters Pass 1. Every single Fighters Pass 1 DLC character now officially has an Amiibo figure in Super Smash Bros. Unfortunately, in the case of Byleth, we only got just the male version, unlike with Corrin, where we got the male and female version, which was super cool. We know we have at least 6 more Smash Bros. Amiibo on the horizon. We have not seen any of them, but we can expect that they'll be on the way sometime down the line. What's the future of Amiibo post Smash Bros? Who knows? Also today, Monster Hunter Rise releases, and with it 3 new Amiibo figures, Palico, Palamute, and Magnamalo. I went out a little bit earlier today with my wife to see if I could add these super cool new Amiibo to my collection, and it took a little bit more effort than usual. The first place I went to only had Terry, and then we went to the Taipei City Mall, which has about 10 different Switch vendors. Only some of them had the Smash Bros. Figures, but I was able to pick them up without too much trouble. But only one place had the Monster Hunter Amiibo. And even though I went mid-morning, there were still lines at almost every store with people picking up Monster Hunter pre-orders. I guess I underestimated what a big deal Monster Hunter is out here. I didn't pick up the game myself. If you've been keeping up with Mii Weekly, then you know the Monster Hunter Rise demo keeps pulling me in, but it can't seem to keep a grip on me. The Amiibo do look amazing, however, and I couldn't resist picking them up. They are super expensive. I think for all 3 of them, it set me back something like $80 US. Oh man, that's crazy. That's more than the game even costs. A Monster Hunter Rise demo is currently available on the eShop for free, so you can give it a try and see if you like it. If you're still on the fence about it, you can check out the review by my friend Ricky Berg right here on the Nintendo Wire YouTube channel. Also releasing today, Sanrio Animal Crossing Amiibo cards. In the US, they're a Target exclusive, and it's one of the most convoluted Amiibo releases so far. My friend and colleague Amiibo Jason made a very detailed video on how exactly you can set yourself up for success trying to get a hold of some Sanrio Animal Crossing cards. I'm going to link to that in the upper right hand corner. No luck for me trying to track them down here in Taiwan. I did check close to a dozen different stores, and the most promising prospect was that I could pre-order them, but they wouldn't come in until May or June. And even then, the packs would only include 2 cards, and I wouldn't know which 2 cards it was. I'm not about all that noise. Don't worry if you're stateside, you only need to pick up 1 pack. 1 pack will include all 6 cards. Stay tuned to Amiibo News on Twitter, and get that in-stock notification the moment it goes live. Also, here comes your weekly public service announcement. By this time next week, Super Mario 3D All-Stars will disappear from the eShop. It's only available for purchase until March 31st. That's next Wednesday. So if this is a game that you were intending to purchase and you've been procrastinating, you don't have too much longer to pull the trigger. Also, after March 31st, Super Mario 35 will no longer be playable. So get those matches in while you can. And maybe the biggest news of the week, Nintendo is partnering with Niantic Labs, the developer behind Pokemon Go, to develop a Pikmin mobile app that releases later this year. All the concerned parties were tweeting the announcement. Nintendo of America's tweet read, "What would it be like to have a more fun walking experience surrounded by Pikmin? In a new mobile app developed by Niantic Labs and Nintendo coming later in 2021, explore the real world and create memories with your Pikmin friends." A pre-register is available, which of course I signed up. And if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, you might notice something very interesting. Alongside the copyright information, you'll notice the inclusion of Mii characters. Now this jumped out at me. I don't know what that means, but it has me extremely excited. I don't know why this is, but the inclusion of Mii characters in any game takes my excitement to the next level. I don't know if the Mii character is going to be our in-game avatar, if it's going to be the substitute for Olimar. Whatever the case is, I'm really interested to find out. We find out a little bit more on the press release. Niantic CEO John Hanke says, "As we continue to expand our games portfolio, it was a natural next step to team up with Nintendo. We're looking forward to shaping the future of AR together, bringing Nintendo's beloved game characters to life for mobile game players around the world." And Pikmin creator Shigeru Miyamoto says, "Niantic's AR technology has made it possible for us to experience the world as if Pikmin are secretly living all around us. Based on the theme of making walking fun, our mission is to provide people a new experience that's different from traditional games. We hope that the Pikmin in this app will become a partner in your life." It's probably worth noting that Shigeru Miyamoto also developed Donkey Kong, Mario, and a little known series by the name of Legend of Zelda. So basically, he's a total rock star. It's very obvious anytime he's ever spoken about Pikmin that he loves them. They have a very dear and special place in his heart. But Pikmin's a pretty niche series though. Does this app have the potential to bring Pikmin into the mainstream? I hope so. Stay tuned to Nintendo Wire as the story develops. And the last headline, Nintendo of Japan has just dropped a new trailer for the Mii-based adventure game, Miitopia! My Nintendo Wire colleague Ricky Berg did a nice write-up on the trailer over on NintendoWire.com. I'm basically reading his words with a few of my own interjections right now. We get a fresh look at the game's expanded Mii Maker with additions like two-toned hair and more variety in features being available this time. It appears that perhaps dating has been added. And of course, horses! One of the biggest new features are these hooved allies, and they can be customized just like the Mii's can. Originally released back on the Nintendo 3DS in 2016, the updated Miitopia allows you to create a cast of lovable characters to go head-to-head with an evil face-stealing fiend. Miitopia makes the move to Nintendo Switch on May 21st. I'm here for it, guys. Like I said a few weeks back, I missed this on the 3DS, so I'm super stoked to be able to jump headfirst into the battle on Nintendo Switch. Now playing. Yep, I'm still playing Animal Crossing, but this time I hit a new milestone. As you know, I share my island with 3 young children, so trying to maintain any sort of semblance of order is out of the question. I somehow got it in my head that I wanted to get a gold watering can, and if you don't know, the only way to do that is to get the DIY recipe from Isabelle, and the only way to do that is to have a 5-star island. Well, I guess you could have somebody else make you a gold watering can, but they do break, so if you want to have any kind of ability to construct them for yourself, you are going to need to learn the DIY recipe. And so I just kept grinding away all week long, and wouldn't you know it, I did it! I somehow managed to get this island to 5 stars. I know there's been a lot of different strategies out there. What worked for me was just putting fences around everything and maxing out my bridges and inclines. And it worked! Also, I've been poking around with various games, including Animal Crossing, to try to trigger random in-game events for a video that I'm working on, which is always an interesting prospect. You want something to happen a certain way, but the game doesn't necessarily play nice. I don't want to tease the video too much, but I am really excited about it, and I can't wait to share it with you sometime next week. This episode's Spirit of the Week comes from Guilherme Scherer. We're looking at Spirit 1089, Monita. Monita originates from the game Nintendo Land, a pack-in launch title that released for the Wii U back in 2012 that doubled as a proof of concept for the Wii U gamepad and emphasized various types of asymmetric play. It was basically a virtual theme park featuring mini-games from many of Nintendo's illustrious franchises, including Mario, Zelda, Metroid, Pikmin, Animal Crossing, Luigi's Mansion, Donkey Kong, Yoshi, and also included titles that don't often get much love, such as F-Zero, Balloon Fight, Game & Watch, and even Takamaru's Ninja Castle based on the mysterious Murasame Castle. That one's probably my favorite. Monita, a play on the word monitor, serves as your Mii character's guide through the park's various attractions. She also makes a few playful appearances in some of them. You can summon a Monita spirit by combining cores from Noom Diddley and Ando Kensaku. I have absolutely no idea who either of those characters are. Maybe we're looking at a future Spirit of the Week right there. Should you equip a Monita spirit, it will grant you flip screen immunity. You know, I have to say, of all the weird things that can happen in the game, flip screen for some reason messes me up the most. I cannot invert controls in my head. So if that's a problem you have, Monita's got your back. Thanks to Guilherme for the suggestion. If there's a particular spirit you'd like to see featured as the Spirit of the Week, leave your suggestion in the comment section below, and if yours is selected, you'll be recognized in the episode with an on-screen credit just like Guilherme. Now it's time to sound off. Alright, if you haven't caught on by now, I am super into the Mii characters. If a Mii character is available in any game, that's my main. Whether it be sports titles, Super Smash Bros., racing games, you name it. So when I heard that Miitopia was announced for the Switch, I thought to myself, this game was made for me! Literally, it was made for me. Since Nintendo first announced the game for Switch, I've received a few comments from people expressing interest in a playthrough. So my question for you is, would you be interested in a Miitopia playthrough here on the Nintendo Wire channel with me, Hero TJ? I won't be offended either way, I'm just trying to gauge interest here. We have all kinds of different content here on the Nintendo Wire channel, and we're always trying to find the balance between the things that we enjoy doing and the things that are going to resonate with our audience. So if you think this is the kind of thing you would tune into, it would be helpful for me to know. And if you think it would just bore you to tears, well, that's helpful for me to know too. And that wraps up another edition of Mii Weekly. As always, I really appreciate you making me a part of your week. Happy Amiibo hunting. Good luck getting a hold of those Sanrio Animal Crossing Amiibo cards, if that's your thing. Until next time, this is Hero TJ signing out. Thanks for playing.